No, we are now.
We're
live, Steve.
Live. Pete, come on in.
Yeah, well, it's been a long time between drinks.
Pete, it has.
I'm Peter Browning.
I'm Steve Dale.
We're from LJ Hooker, Brunswick Heads. Thanks for watching us, guys, and sorry that we've been a bit absent for the last couple of months. Kind of been crazy busy.
Is that the spring carnival that's been going on in auctions and real estate?
Spring carnival, spring auctions, guys. Couldn't ask for more, really. Steve, you had one a couple of weeks ago that was listed up that didn't get there?
You know, since we last spoke up, there's been 5 properties have all been sold. The most recent is 10 Lagoon Terrace. We were all targeting for an auction. It was last weekend on the 24th. I was really excited about it. Great auctioneer coming in. I was pretty pumped. We'd sold it 3 weeks into a 5-week campaign for a record price in the street. They were ecstatic.
Almost $300,000 over sellers' expectations.
Oh, massive. So they were really happy about it.
That's fantastic. Good marketing campaign, good strategies behind that. You know, during the middle of that was one of the hard lockdowns that we had as well.
Yeah.
But speaking of spring auctions and the auction season, I've got 3 new auctions coming up. So 16 Mia Court, 6th of November, that's next Saturday, so Saturday week. Infatuation is the property. It's, oh my glory, in 30 years of marketing, I've not represented a property residentially, beachfront, backing onto a reserve that's remotely even close to this property. So if anybody's out there looking for something super special, definitely come along to the open house tomorrow for Infatuation at 11 o'clock. It is an absolute beautiful house, architectural, lifestyle, entertainer's dream, and you've got your own private walkway through to the beach. That's Infatuation. It's coming up for auction on the 6th of November. The next auction after that is number 9 Riverside Crescent, 20th of November. 9 Riverside Crescent went live about 2 hours ago on the internet, so stay tuned, have a good look around on that. That's on Facebook and Instagram, and now on ljhooker.com, realestate.com, domain.com. So number 9 Riverside, 50 metres off this beautiful thing right here, the Brunswick River. And then after that I've got 76 Fingal Street, brand new build, 2-storey. What can I say? It's coming to market next week. Huge big decks, double lock-up garage, 10 kilowatts of solar. It's solar neutral, not going to cost you anything to live there with electricity at all. 3 big, comfortable, good-sized bedrooms upstairs, walk-in robe, ensuite, polished timber floors, LEDs, controllable dimmers. It's got every bell and whistle known to man on it. Yeah. Keeps going. Mate, what have you got coming up?
Do you know, 143, talking about auctions, all things auctions, 143 Tweed Valley Way. Something a little bit out of our area, so the first time for me in my woolen bar. This one's a cracking one. When we talk absolute waterfront, we refer to, you know, we think of Sydney, we think about the harbour, but this is literally you drive your boat underneath the house, roll it down the driveway into the water, you go for a ski. So 143 Tweed Valley Way, to be confirmed about 4 weeks' time from now. So
not to mention, if you've got a decent outside boat, you can go all the way through.
Yeah.
Out to the ocean, out through Point Danger.
Go find your blue water.
Oh.
Most definitely out there. As this morning, a new client came on in Ocean Shores. This one's also going to auction tentatively right now.
Big block.
The 4th or the 11th on over a 1,400 square metre block, 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, undercover parking. Absolute great spot. So I can't tell you where it is, but the agreements are signed, and it will be. You've heard it here first. But it is on the market. There's none of this off-market stuff. It's going to auction. Everybody will know about it.
Absolutely.
We'll give you a call on that one.
Private treaty, guys. Look, there's still a few things happening via private treaty. I mean, it's definitely it's a marketing option, but certainly not preferred in this current market because the market is absolutely flamboyant. And oh my goodness, I've never seen the market so crazy. With that being said, as well, but. You know what? The market should be crazy here. We live in paradise. I don't know of anywhere better than here to live. Yeah. So I think it's about time the Byron Shire, or north of the Byron Bay, has been recognised, and people are now starting to realise that it's a better lifestyle than Sydney. It's a better lifestyle than living in Melbourne. It's a damn sight better lifestyle than any capital city, to be perfectly honest. And it is an absolute paradise. So I think we're just getting our true worth at the moment, and if that continues, well, so it should. There's no reason why anything here shouldn't be more than what a property's worth on the Sydney Harbour, as far as I'm concerned.
And just to tag on that, Peter, I mean, we have you've just talked about 16 Mia. Every property here is unique in its own right, whether it's a 1,400 square metre block. Absolutely. But we do also have a couple of properties. One for myself is Sinnott Lane, looking over the ocean, and what is attracting now people from all over the country, parts of Indonesia, Malaysia, Dubai, over through to Europe and the US. So Sinnott Lane is still there, has been an absolute cracker, and it's commanding the attention of the world. Same as the interland views that you've got, and the ocean views from
From the Eagle's Nest, yeah.
Yeah, so spectacular. But auction's been where it's at, and/or expressions of interest.
Looking for expressions of interest. Guys, the other thing is, you really, in this market as well, you probably need to spend a bit of time qualifying your agent, as in making sure that your agent's got product knowledge and knowing their whereabouts or their local market. And the only reason I say that is that, Steve and myself heavily frustrated this week. We know of 2 sellers now that have actually used an out-of-town agent or an out of the northern end of the Byron Shire agent. They obviously figure they're going to get an out-of-town agent and maybe that's going to attract a bigger and better buyer, but
Pete,
to be honest, to the detriment of those poor people.
Can I jump in?
Sure.
I've got to say this. There's a property that I've sold, you would have heard us talk about 15 Barcala, and it's now sold. The vendor's really happy, the buyer's ecstatic. There was a couple of properties sold in that area around Barcala, Berrinbilla, that South Golden Beach area there that have gone between the 1.8 and 2.4 million. So, there's some really good stats right now we can talk about. And the property came to market. I actually knew the owner. At that point in time, they were unsure which way to go. They went with an agent at the time, lured by that Byron Bay. I went over to them personally and said, look, I'm not interested in the listing. You gain whichever tack you want to take, but here are the comparable sales right now, and I've just sold these. And they listed their property at about 1.6 million to 1,750, about $300,000 to $400,000 easily under the card. I believe they've accepted an offer that's ended up going about $300,000 under the comparable sales they
under a benchmark that was there, guys. So, look, do your research. Try and, everybody keeps talking about shop local. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
You're outsourcing and you're shopping outside of the area. It's only costing you money. It's costing you money. Oh, I know of another sale that, there's benchmarks supporting it. This property's recently just sold. I haven't got the sale figure, but I've been told it's just a tad over 2 million, when it should have been 2.5. But instead, they've gone and used an out-of-town agent, no product knowledge, no saleability, and cost themselves $500,000. It's just stupid.
And that out-of-town agent that I know to has ended up discounting, and it was partly probably a commission base where they've said, look, we can get this away for X, including GST, which is significantly lower. You really do get what you pay for. And if, by the way, you're a better negotiator than the agent themselves, ask yourself the question. You say that all the time.
That's exactly right.
You really need to know what they're there for, and that's to get you the best price they possibly can.
Absolutely. Anyhow, guys, on a positive note, it's high tide out the back. Brunswick River's beautiful. We live in paradise. I'm probably going to go for a fish when I finish work tomorrow afternoon and enjoy myself. But have a great weekend. Thanks
Guys,
very much for
watch us
watching.
next week. We'll be back.
Yeah, we're back. We're back.
So good to see you, mate.
We are back.
And have a great weekend. Watch out for the new properties coming on.
Memphis, baby doll, on a Saturday.